Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Russian Fishing 4, where this weekend, with kind of like how things I busted out with some decisions I made last weekend for what we were trying, we're going to go back to targeting a couple of species using some of the ground baits. So there is a Crucian Gibel ground bait mix that we're going to pick up the ingredients for, try to put that together. And I'm thinking maybe we'll see how this weekend goes, and maybe do one more weekend beyond that. But I am kind of feeling like I'm going to bring Russian Fishing 4 as a series towards a close. I think I've kind of experienced most of what I can as what the game offers so far at this level without putting more money into it or without really investing a lot of time. So I need ground crackers and millet porridge. Okay, we'll pick those up. But yeah, I kind of feel like I've tapped out what I can really see for it, for where we are. We've gotten to show it off for a while. It has been going for... Oh, I'm trying to think now. I think this is going to be like episode 63 and 64 with this weekend, so like at least 30 weeks. So I think that's a fair point to kind of say, okay, we've had our fun, we've had a good share of trying it out. What else is there out there to try and show, or what other games are there to check out their fishing games? Because I still do want to keep the idea of the wilderness weekends we got with a hunting and fishing mix. But we'll just try to make that up quickly. There we go. 30 portions, only a 4 out of 10, but we'll take that. And I think I'm pretty good on baits and that, so let me just bring that out quickly. The game froze up as we're getting there's our first bottom rod. Okay, so we want... Yeah, okay, that one there. I'm trying to remember what's worked well for going for the carp. Okay, that's currently what we got on. I don't know if they prefer... Maybe we'll go for wet bread. I think it was like some of the dough stuff that we were using that helped us a fair bit trying to get the carp on Mosquito Lake. And maybe we'll try... I kind of want to try down this little cove here. It is somewhere we haven't been to before. It is getting to be night, which, I mean, just because of the recording times, it's how it lined up, so we might not see that much activity. But I'm pretty sure I've changed the hook sizes around, so they're not the super big hooks like we tried that didn't really seem to pull anything in. So hopefully these slightly smaller ones that I think are classed as medium will be able to get us a few more fish on them. Okay, so the bridge we need is over this way. Actually, maybe we'll try from the bridge. We'll see how elevated the bridge is, and if it is a little bit too high off the water, maybe we'll just stand on the shore near it and try casting out from that. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even realize I went right past it. Oh, okay, it is just like a little floating dock bridge like this. Yeah, if that's the case, then we'll just try from here. Because that'll let us go, it's not going to be like the full 5, but it should be an okay depth for what we try out here. So this should be a decent enough little spot. We won't use the power cast because I don't think we need the super far range of it. Set that down. Okay, let's... Right, that one. And that. Ooh. There we go. And we'll do the same over here. Set those down. There's that one tight up and good. I kind of want to just get the little dip at the end, just so... It's kind of weird. Sometimes the rods go like that, and you can really see where it is. Other times, you can't really seem to get the really dip tip. But whatever. That's those two in. Oh, nope, my bad. Shoot. Gotta tighten that up again. Right, 4 is the spinning rod. And the game froze again. There we go. And yeah, we'll just keep this lure out for now and toss it straight forward and out. But we'll give this a go for this weekend, see if we can get a little bit more steady for what fish we get in. We don't really have the silver anymore to go after, like, any of the really big ticket items that we'd probably be talking about, like the new float fishing kit, or saving up for any of the advanced kits. But I am kind of feeling like with how long I have been covering Russian fishing for, we could use a little bit of change and see what other fishing games are out there. There was a recent Steam sale where I was able to pick up a couple, so we'll see about starting one of them, and then once that one's done, we can always move on to another too. Well, we'll just try this for maybe this weekend and next weekend. We'll see how this weekend goes, and by the end of next episode, I think that'll tell me everything I'm kind of debating on whether I should do a little bit longer or not. Well, we'll just have to let it play out and see. It is night, so there is the chance that we're not going to see as active a fish for what we got set out there. But we'll give it, like, just a couple of minutes, and if nothing, we'll bring the rods back in, change up the bait, and cast them out again. I think the bait that was really working for the carp in that was the semolina. But I don't think I can't remember. I'll have to actually take a little check and see in the one crafting menu or the feed menu, because maybe there was a way to craft that. And once I pull this in, I'll take a look and see. Okay, not in feed, it was crafting. Oh, right. That's all locked off, so there's only certain things you can make or do. That's right. Guess I shouldn't have been surprised by that. That is one of the things about Russian Fishing 4 is a lot of stuff is locked up behind either an experience bar or a paywall. Well, at least that's encouraging. We've gotten ourselves our first little jingle on the one line. Oh, more than the jingle, we're able to pull that right in. Okay, let's see what we got for our first fish for the weekend. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too big a sizing because, I mean, we don't have a lot of tension to the line. But it is at least nice that we caught something within the first 10 minutes of an episode. Oh, white bream. Not what I was expecting. We'll try using the wet bread a little bit more. And just see what, if anything else, goes for it. Okay, see, now that time it was able to get, like, dipped all the way down there, so I don't know what goes on with that. Yeah, we'll just try with a few things here. I want to try to be a little bit more dynamic, not staying in one spot all the time, but I also don't know. Oh, there was a nice flick. There's another. Okay, maybe we're getting... There we go. Ooh, this one's got a nice size to it. Not quite into the orange tension area, but it is going to be a decent size of fish. Okay, yeah, it is still on. I wasn't sure for a moment there. Come on in. Not a carp. Is that a chub? Yeah. Actually, almost a kilogram for the size. I think that's the biggest one we caught of them so far. Kind of weird, though, that I made up the mix for carp and or Gibel and Crucian carp. And the first couple of fish we've gotten are not that at all. Well, I'm not going to complain. It's just nice to be able to have gotten 2 fish. There we go. And we'll just let those go for a while. And you know what? Let's change this up for something different. We'll go for the spiker here. I know this was recommended to me on... what was it? Belia River? I think it was Belia. Yeah, the other new, or I say new map, but the other map we had unlocked at level 12. It didn't really seem to get that much interest on that map, if I'm honest, but we'll try it here and see if anything does go for it more. It's always a little bit of a mystery. It's almost like you need to spend an hour just trying a bunch of different configurations to find out what works for the day, and then maybe just stick with that. Oh. Well, looks like that's producing for us. It's not very big, but we do got... I think it's another bream. I don't think it's a roach. Maybe a chub? Oh, yeah, it is a little chub. I think the biggest tell is the little orange... no, I think those are the pectoral fins. So I'm not exactly sure what those other fins are called. I know that's the dorsal up top, but I can't remember what those are. I almost want to say pelvic, but I don't think that's quite right. Actually, I want to check this. Is there something on it? No. Okay, it's just the way it was kind of facing. I thought it was cast more off to a side than like both pointing inwards like that. Well, it seems like this weekend's given us a little bit more luck, so we'll just keep seeing how it goes. I might also take a quick peek at the leaderboard, just kind of see what baits have worked for what species. At least on this map. Like, that's kind of one thing. It feels like if we compare Russian Fishing 4 with Call of the Wild the Angler for, like, the bait types that work or that, it feels like they're on two complete extremes of the spectrum. Call of the Wild the Angler is far too formulaic and mechanical as, like, it literally is, use A plus B and you'll get fish C. Whereas Russian Fishing 4, in-game, you don't really get any hints or clues unless you use the leaderboard or you're going outside the game for resources to find stuff. I almost kind of think an in-between would be to have like certain families of bait. So like you could say there's dough, there's insect, there's vegetable or something else like that. And instead of... Oh, nothing on it. My bad. Something was on there because of how it kind of changed. Might have screwed that up, but back to what I was... Nope, not that. I need 4 as our spinning rod. So you kind of know a general idea of, okay, so this species of fish likes a certain type of dough bait, but we don't know what dough it is, so that's where the player can test out a few different baits and find out, oh, okay, they like the semolina, or they like the bread, or kind of into that regards. There's a little bit of a generic clue to help you, but there's still some self-discovery the player can make for what works where. It's not directly spelled out, but it is at least a little hint given to a direction to go. I think that's kind of the thing for, again, the two extremes. Russian Fishing 4 doesn't give you any direction in-game for quite a few things, and Call of the Wild the Angler gave you way too laser-focused of direction for things. Does that, again, even apply to hook sizes, where you could go, okay, this hook size is catching a small, then this size is for medium, then this size is for gold. I'm trying to remember how it was done. I think it was like, no, it was bronze, silver, gold, and diamond, I think, for like the Call of the Wild the Angler stuff. But it was literally formulaic, where as soon as you went too large hook size, nothing would show interest at all. But if you went just a single size lower, then you were catching fish steadily. It was, again, just way too formulaic and just point blank simple to figure out, I think, or was... Didn't feel quite... I'm trying to think of how I would describe it. Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, there's something definitely on that. Yeah, there we go. I guess it's just that middle ground that I can't seem to... Well, so far we only have the 2 games of a sample size, but there's a middle ground that I think would work really well, and we just haven't come across yet. Another chub. Yeah, I'm not sure why this... I'm not sure if it's the bait or the ground bait that's working on them, but whatever it is, at least we're getting some catches in. No, now you're going to be resistant to the... No, there we go. Let me slowly bring this in. And then I might even actually cast out the other one. We have only gotten 4 fish, but I guess because of how the time's been a little staggered and because of the little bit of a slower start to make it here. You know what? I did mention that other little cove I want to try, and I'd prefer not to spend a whole episode at it, so... Let's bring these in, and we'll try going to that spot. It is also starting to get dawn close to breaking, so... Probably a good time to be able to relocate for it. And once I do have these lines brought in, I'll... I'll check the leaderboard and see what fish have been caught with what. Alright, I do want to be careful because this area does have the possibility for snags. But there we go. Okay, that one's brought in. We'll put it away. And we'll do the same for this. Come on in. There we go. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Okay, so leaderboard is, I think, records and rankings, or records and ratings. Yeah, so let's see. A bottle for bait, fly for bait, kind of a mix of a bunch of different things, although the fly is the only thing I think well, the fly and maybe the red worm are the only things I actually really have that I could try using for here. But let me check the map. Okay, so it's down this way and then to our left for a while. It just kind of feels like the rest of the map, at least like for the depth of Old Burg Lake, is really shallow, because I think everywhere... Okay, no, it's a foot, or 1.5, whatever the unit is. It's actually something kind of interesting that I don't really see actually mentioned on the map, which is odd, is that I don't know if that's meters or something else. I'd imagine... Actually, I have no idea. I was going to say maybe it's meters because metric system is more common than imperial, but I don't honestly know 100% for sure. And yeah, you know what? We'll actually fish off of this little bridge and see what we can get before we do end the episode. And you know what? Maybe I'll try the... Oh, I don't actually have any red worms left to use. Okay, we'll stick with this then. Get those cast nice and far out. There we go. There we go. And this does look like a pretty good area to try spin fishing at, just because there is a lot of foliage to the sides. So we'll see if the spiker can produce anything while we're here too. But we'll spend a couple of minutes here just trying to see what we get. And then probably end this first episode for the weekend. Oh, that's a good sign. We just need a little bit more definitive to go off of, and then we can start at that lure, or that rod. And there it is. Oh. Ooh, this is another Probably a good-sized fish with the tension on the line. I don't think it's going to break a kilogram, but... Okay, this is definitely a good area to have come to. Already we're seeing some pretty good action. I just gotta hope that whatever's on that one stays there for a while. Because whatever this is, it's got a fair size to it. Ooh, come in. Ooh, a big chunky Crucian. Yeah, 1 kilogram. Okay, put that rod away for now. And see what this one is. Not going to be near the same size. My guess is probably 500 to 750 gram range. But it might be another carp. Might be this area is good for them with all the foliage around the sides and the banks. Again, you almost have to read a little encyclopedia to know what the species like for their environment, and that's where you'll find them. Because it is another Crucian. How big are you? I'm surprised for only being 398, it gave that much tension onto the line. But we won't do a power cast, we'll just try to toss it out as that is. Get our other rod out. And nothing happening to the spinning rod, which is good. There we go. That one's primed. And that one's primed. And we just keep bringing this in. And... wow, okay, actually, I don't even think I need to cast this out again, because it looks like we might have another rod ready to go. Oh, both are going. Okay, so which one's actually going to get pulled out first? Or which one's going to get the bait taken? Because they were both jingling at the same time. Now they frozen solid. I don't know. We'll try casting this out to see. Nope. Of course, as soon as I cast it out, that's literally when something strikes. Okay, let's see what we got here. I think switching the hook size down lower definitely helped us out for results. I could try increasing the hook size, but I think I'd rather just stay steadily getting fish in and brought to us, rather than trying to change the variables and then possibly, like, having nothing happen. And we'll see if we can go for... might be a little bold, but I want to see if I can get 10 fish before we end this first episode. Just try to get us kind of up to where we had been before, where we could get 20 in a weekend. Because truth be told, I want to check this... I want to check this line. Okay, no, it doesn't say there's anything on it. So I'll just tighten that up. Okay, tighten that up again. But this one is good for another fish already. Yeah, I think we found a Crucian hotspot. Because the fish are hitting very quick here, and they've all been Crucian carp so far. Oh, well, you're not, but you are a Gibel? Oh, no, it is another Crucian. It's just the size was... I thought it was a Gibel because it was a little silver to me. Well, I guess I was mistaken. Okay. Get that tight again. There we go. You know what? I'm even going to reel this in and cast it back out. I just feel like maybe with the bit of fiddling I did, I might have screwed it up, so we gotta reset it. Are you already going off again? I think it is. I might actually have to pull this rod in and keep it in. Yeah, I think I have to do that. I was going to think about casting it out again, but we'll be bringing the episode to a close. And that rod, I'm just waiting for it to all of a sudden be taken proper. Okay, you know what? I think that's a sign that I can. Yeah, we can. Alright. We'll bring this one in. That'll at least give us 9 fish, so not quite the 10, but close enough for me. And then we'll bring the spinning rod in, too. There you are, zooming right along and in. How big are you? I don't think too big. Yeah, not even 500 grams, but still nice to bring in. I kind of feel like next episode, maybe I will increase the hook size. Just in case that might let us get larger fish. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. If we do start striking out, then I can always just lower the hook size, and we know that is the case. But for now, we'll end this episode of Russian Fishing 4 right here. Thank you all for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, you should give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, you're seeing the comments right down below. And until I do catch you in the next video or episode, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.